You know, I started off going to make this video very short and just show you this new character that Tony's been doing. But as I sat back and I started looking through his file, I noticed that there was about 3 or 4 other ones that I'd forgot that I'd collected, that I was storing up to do another video. So this video quickly grew into something a little bit bigger than I expected. Before I get into the new stuff, I wanted to review some of the other characters that he's played if you haven't seen my other videos, so it will bring everybody up to speed with who we're talking about and how he actually is really gifted at what he does. We'll start off with this one. This is Tony playing one of the freedom fighters in the last piece that I exposed. This is Tony playing David D. Rothschild, and he's been doing this one for a while now. This is Tony playing a Hitler author, as appropriate considering who his grandfather is. And this is him and his wife Annie playing Bin Laden's son Omar Bin Laden and his wife. Here's another shot of the two. And now we see also them in regular clothes and as normal people with their father, with Tony's father, Michael Greenberg, aka Dallas Green from the Giffords event. Whenever you watch Brave New Studios, which is basically a Greenberg-funded propaganda station, this is Tony playing one of the co-hosts. There's a bunch of their family members playing co-hosts on this show, by the way. This is Tony playing Anwar Malarkey. Like the name? Yeah. Take a look at the ears. You can see they match. So we know this definitely is him. Now I was going to take you in a different direction with this video, but I wanted to show you some of the interviews that Alex Jones has done with this person. He's been told that Tony plays David Rothschild. So this is a while back he's been told, but yet he still has David D. Rothschild on his show again last week. But he had another person on his show last week that was pretty interesting, and I'll let Alex give you the little intro that he did and see if it's fitting to what we're talking about here.
Or torture is good and liberal, things like that. Or mercury in shots is good for you, things like that. Questioning 7/7, questioning 9/11. But then I saw this gentleman on the BBC. He seemed to be one of the most well-spoken and friendly fellows. And I have to say that that what we're going to find out from him in Paul Watson's article is accurate. Because, again, these are the folks that can tell you if something is accurate or not.
Well, because we know Alex Jones sure can't. I mean, come on, man. I mean, he's been told about Tony many times. Now watch. The squirrely characters that he has on here, like he can't spot them? Like he can't figure out who's fake? Of course he can. Of course he knows what's going on.
This is the oracle high on the mountain that you go to find out what's veritas and what is deception. He's Jamie Bartlett. He is the head of Violence and Extremism Program. He tracks, well, the troublemakers out there.
So as you can tell, Alex, of course, did his homework and verified that. So this just goes to show you what Alex Jones has become in the past few months is nothing like he used to be. In fact, in the past year, he's really gone downhill, and his tone has really changed totally within this past 3 months, as so a lot of other alternative media outlets. And he still refuses to address anything that I've come up with, even though I was on the same network as him when I was on Joyce's show. So, you know, and he was contacted back in those days too, but he refuses to address that stuff. So he has an agenda, and he's totally changed. He's not the person that he was. Since we outed his guys, the past 2 times they've gone out to do reports talking to Pima County sheriffs that are acting. I mean, the one was Bradley Manning's father as the actor. Unbelievable.
And so we're honored to have him join us. From England, Airstrip 1, where are you over there?
I'm over in East London here.
Actually, Alex, I'm in the room right next to you.
Well, it's good to talk to you. I'm sure you can try to do an anthropology study for the Hive Borg to teach us. No, I'm going to stop being mean. What is your organization really about? Common purpose, all those folks trying to teach the school children about the evil internet?
Paul Joseph Watson's article was a ridiculous, I think intentional misunderstanding of what we said.
No, what's actually ridiculous is the fact that Alex Jones would have Tony on again, even though he's in costume. I mean, this is just ludicrous. Now, here's another Tony appearance on Alex Jones that you might remember. He also did RT that day too, and just the name is just they're funny. He can't pass up an opportunity to play a game with the words.
You're watching an Infowars.com special report. We're about to interview a very interesting gentleman. He's a journalist. He's an author. He's also an extreme traveler. He interviewed the head of the Northern Alliance just weeks before he was killed. He was inside Afghanistan right before 9/11. He is journalist Pepe Escobar, and his book, Globalism, How the Globalized World is Dissolving into Liquid War, is an absolute must-read.
That name just cracks me up. Man, either Alex has lost it, or his producers are just definitely playing a trick on him or something, because, I mean, Pepe Escobar. Yeah, wait till you see the next ones coming up. They're even funnier.
Pepe, thank you so much for joining us.
Great talking to you, Alex.
Camera angle and how close you are to the lens does a lot to the image.
Well, you have been reporting for Asia Times that Al-Qaeda has taken over Tripoli and is being handed the nation. The LA Times even admits that the leaders of most of the rebellion are actual jihadi Al-Qaeda fighters. What can you tell us from your decade-plus research?
Look, I had to confess, a lot of us came to this information different ways, of course. The LA Times, for instance, The Independent in London, Al-Sharq al-Wassat in the Middle East, and myself, but we got to the same conclusion. The top military guys in Tripoli...
Now, I want you to watch this next one. This one's pretty slick. This is Tony interviewing himself on RT.
Are questions over what his fate might mean for the world. For more on this, we're joined by Pepe Escobar, a correspondent for the Asia Times, live from Brazil. So, Mr. Escobar, Osama bin Laden, a man credited with some of the most horrific acts of terrorism, finally dead. Do you think the world's a safer place?
Now, this is a really good lesson in makeup and lighting and how cameras can actually make your nose appear totally different. As we can see, this is Tony, and we can see the ears look different because it's a slight different angle that he's on. His face is tilted slightly the other direction. But again, to somebody that works in this industry, they know these things, they know these tricks, and all three of those things combined together can really change the look of a person completely. And Tony is actually he's very skilled at this. You can see in his other characters that he plays, he definitely takes advantage of all the tricks of the trade. Now we have one more, a new one that I just found today actually, and this one's actually going to lead into some other things that I've been working on that I think you're going to find really incredible. So here we go.
Yeah, what it boiled down to is some folks were pulled over for speeding, and one of them began recording the police, and they didn't like that, so they arrested her. And I came down to the police station to bail her out, and I wasn't even recording, but they thought I was, and saw fit to arrest me. So it's clear that they're not really comfortable with being recorded. I don't know why. One would think that they're public servants, and if they're doing their job, the job that they're hired to do and the way it's supposed to be done, then there would be nothing to...
Now he's also got something in his upper lip, similar to like what they used in the movie The Godfather, some padding to make his lips stick out further, just to change the shape of his face a little bit, but you can still see that it's absolutely him, and we'll look at his ears and you can definitely tell.
Absolutely not. The unfortunate thing is that there are some great reps on the...
This is Tony's nephew. You might remember him from New York Occupied, Wall Street. He's the one that did the rant. He's also got something in his mouth too to make his face look a little bit different, but you can tell it's still him. You can look at his eyes. They're sunken in. It's him. But unfortunately, the camera doesn't actually get in close on this guy because they know we're watching. The whole world is watching, right?
It didn't exist before. In addition to that, It has certain exceptions for what they call.
All right, this is the guy I want you to take a special note of. This is Stuart Rhodes. Pay attention to the nose and to the ears. They match.
There's nobody home. Yeah. You'd like them maybe to, respond to the public? Take some accountability. Tough to do when they run away.
So the whole interference thing is just way too.
Which brings me to this last piece of this video, and this is a big one. This is huge. This is going to tie a lot of different things in together and make it all one cohesive understanding of what's going on. Now, you recall Stuart Rhodes from the Quartzite incident with Jennifer Jones. If you don't know about it, just look at my other videos and you'll see. I've exposed all